Doughnuts. Hello and welcome to the Dolls and Doughnuts podcast, episode 14. Today we're going to tell you all about what's going on in the animal rights community, what's been happening in Robin's Vegan Dollhouse, and we'll tell you all about our recent vegan road trip to Muir's Tea Room. Also, we have a new segment. So Robin, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm spending the day indoors and not seeing any family members.
I was going to say, well, most people probably are spending their day indoors, but the unfortunate thing is it's probably around family members.
Yeah, I think a few years ago I decided to start opting out of family functions.
Yep, I hear you.
And life has been so nice since then.
Yeah, we always travel on Thanksgiving, and I'm like, my friends, coworkers are like, we can tell their spouses or their boyfriends. Ashley and Matt are always like, they leave for Thanksgiving. We should do that because I don't want to be with my families either.
I know, they're all jealous.
Yeah, so it's like, to get time off work, just go.
So last year you went to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And where are you going this year?
We're going to Chicago, so we're leaving in a couple days. You'll be hearing this in December, so I've already come and gone by then.
And do you already have plans for what you're going to have on Thanksgiving and all that?
Okay, so in Vegas, having a vegan Thanksgiving was very easy. You could choose from several places. Chicago's not like that. Nothing is open on Thanksgiving. And so we're, Native Foods by our hotel is open on Thanksgiving Day, so we're basically going to eat there twice.
Well, Native Foods might be having a special because Veggie Grill I saw is having a special Thanksgiving sandwich.
Okay,
but turkey dinner
even
sandwich.
If they're not, that's what we're eating because nothing is open. And even you know me, I'm like a compulsive planner, and we tried calling several times to some of these places, and they're like, oh, we don't know if we're gonna be open. So like it or hate it, we're probably gonna be having Native Foods all day on Thanksgiving Day. But yeah. One thing I would like to say to vegan restaurants I haven't really had this issue before, but when we've been calling, I'm not going to name any names, but when we were calling around for places and they had no information and didn't care to find out for us or tell us how we could find out the information about their Thanksgiving hours. So we called back today, 2 days before we go, and people were rude about it, asking when they were going to be open. Because Thanksgiving Day, sure, yeah, but Friday and Saturday are also who knows? Some places close the whole weekend, some don't, some are open regular hours, different hours, but still open. And there's it's a lot of variables for Thanksgiving holiday weekend. So, if you're a vegan restaurant, don't be an asshole when people call and try to ask about your time, what times you're open, because you're already, working with a pretty limited sector of people, and don't piss them off, because they're not going to want to give you their money. So just be nice and try to answer questions, and if you don't know, try to find out for the people. Don't just be like, oh, you need to email our owner, which is what we were told by one place. And then one place was like, oh, I'm sorry, I just don't know. Okay, well, let's go somewhere else that does know when they're going to be open and give them our money.
Yeah.
I'm only calling you because I'm a vegan. If I didn't care about any of this, I would just go down the street to the pizza place or wherever. Don't isolate your main people. Because if an omnivore or a muggle calls, they're going to be like, screw you, you were rude, I'm not going to this vegan place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, anyway, just planning it, this one was kind of aggravating. Usually places are, really cool and, all the information, they're very helpful. But I don't know, something about the vegan Chicago scene that so far is kind of unnerving. But hopefully I have a good experience when I'm there. I've been to Chicago before, but not as a vegan, so that's, I think, will be a difference. But
and is it preferable to you to pass on the traditional Thanksgiving meal so that you don't have to hang out with strangers? Because I bet there's tons of potlucks and stuff.
Oh no, I don't think I'd want to do that.
I feel like I would. Those are the ones I'd be seeking out. I'd be like, okay, where are the potlucks that are open to strangers?
Nah.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No. No.
Because we have a few here that I considered going to, but then the thought of just staying home was so nice.
And now I'm of course I'm want to go, but I'm oh, it's gonna be so much warmer in Vegas, and I have my pick of amazing vegan Thanksgiving dinners at restaurants, amazing, best Thanksgiving dinner I ever had was last year. And I'm okay, well, I guess I'm going back to Vegas next year because everything's open, So anyway, it would be a lot warmer than it's going to be in the freaking low 40s in Chicago, but it will be good. I'm just having
low
a little
40s in the middle of the day?
It's the high. for the day.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's like, actually now I think it's like mid-40s.
When you go to windy places, do you braid your hair? I feel like I never see you with braids in your hair.
No, I do braid my hair sometimes.
You do?
I might have to, yeah, because it's going to be like, woo, everywhere. But, yeah, so we'll see. Just a little advice if you own a vegan business. Don't be a jerk.
I feel
Or
like
any
that
business.
can just be life advice for
I
everyone,
know,
really.
but when you're really trying to, like, when you're working with a niche market, don't isolate them. You know what I mean? Like, don't, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But,
I feel like anyone who is vegan and a jerk is like giving vegans a bad name.
I know, that's what
don't
I'm saying.
like
If an
it.
omnivore calls and is like, hey, I'm interested in coming there for Thanksgiving weekend, what are your hours for that weekend? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, and like hang up and like just be a jerk. Like,
I
okay.
wonder if everyone in Chicago is the same. So if somebody in Chicago called, they would be like, oh yeah, all businesses are like that.
I don't think so. I grew up 5 hours from Chicago. It's pretty similar, like, to the Midwest. Like, people are very nice in the Midwest. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, it'll be fun.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the next episode.
Okay.
But just a word to the wise.
And so now it's time for Ask Ashley.
That's me.
So Ashley, what's up with the animals lately?
So we're only doing 2 stories today. But if you're a vegan, they're both good stories. If you drink milk in one, you better be careful. But okay. So the first story is about the question 3 that was approved in Massachusetts. So it was question 3 on the ballot, and it passed. The only real good thing to come out of this election. So what this ballot question, now that it passed, what it will mandate that is that all pork, veal, and eggs farmed and sold in Massachusetts come from pigs, calves, and laying hens, not confined to ultra-tight quarters. So, like, caged eggs and all of that. Veal, of course, most people know, are kept in very tight quarters for the few weeks that they're allowed to live. So this is many places are getting rid of these practices. Many, I should say, companies are starting to get rid of these practices because of public pressure. I mean, this is like the bottom of the barrel, like caged hens and like veal, the way veal is raised, and the gestation crates of pork. Like, this is pretty much like bottom of the barrel. You can't really get your production of animals, like, there's no lower common denominator than these practices. So this is a huge pass for animals in Massachusetts. And so it's going to take effect, like most of these laws, we have to just look at the bright side. It is not going to take, and it will not go into effect until 2022.
Oh, goodness.
But it will happen, and it won by like a landslide. This was written on election day, so not every poll had closed yet, but it said that it was leading by 78%. So overwhelmingly, the people of Massachusetts wanted this to pass. And they said it also was pretty rare for in a state overall, like, blanket, to just say that this cannot be the way this animal or this animal product is produced is not going to happen. That usually doesn't happen like that. And Paul Shapiro, the vice president of policy at the Humane Society of the United States, said that it's a historic advancement for animal welfare. To have an entire state declare that cruelty to farm animals is such a pressing matter, that is establishing a retail standard to ensure that animals are able to get at least engage in basic movement, really sends a powerful signal. I think people now are just like, there's no reason for that, gestation crates and the caged hens and all of that. I think people are like, yeah, I'm still going to eat my eggs and I'm going to do this, but there's no reason for those practices to happen. So, baby steps. And of course, our favorite people, like the National Pork Producers Council, say that, the Humane Society of the United States is just trying to push a vegan agenda, which, who cares? What if we are? I mean, they say, no, we just want to make sure animals don't needlessly suffer. But, they'll probably cost them more money, and that's all they care about. So they're not happy about this passing. So I'm sure there will be some rumblings and trying to, like, get this overturned before it actually even goes into effect. Like I said, it doesn't go into effect till 2022, but, they don't like it for sure. So they probably will try to do something about it, but the people have spoken, and immensely so, that Massachusetts wants things to change with how their animal products are produced.
Yeah. I remember living in Florida and petitioning to get signatures so that we could get the gestation crate on the ballot.
Yeah.
And it ended up making it on the ballot, and they ended up voting them out of Florida when I was there.
That's good.
But I don't know if it was to the extent that this one is.
Yeah, this is pretty big, like just sweeping, like, you know, different animals and different confinements, and like it's pretty broad, which is great because it, you know, covers a lot of issues with specific animals. So this is really good. I just wish it didn't have to take so long to get into effect, but that's...
Is that how long it takes for companies to make changes? Companies that are that big, like huge corporations?
I guess, I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. I really don't know realistically, even with the best of intentions, how long things like this take. I really don't know.
Because I feel like if they're going to set the date for so far in advance, they should have like annual check-ins to show that they're making progress towards it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would be smart. I would do that. Like, okay, this year, what steps have you taken to move towards this end goal, which is whatever, how many years away? I mean, that's what I would be doing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure, I mean, obviously, especially when animal producers are such a huge scale, you know, that's a lot of, you know, just labor, even if you want to put it down to that. So I understand that it takes time, but yeah, I wish it would be a little quicker than that. But
yay, Massachusetts!
Yeah, that's a great thing, and that was one thing at least to smile about on Wednesday. So our next story is, big surprise, another reason not to drink milk. And the name of the story is Dairy Virus Increases Human Risk of Breast Cancer by 3.1 times. So the Good Food Institute shared a study they did between bovine leukemia and cancer in humans. So bovine leukemia is the #1 killer of cattle after us, after humans. So what they sampled 500 cattle, herds back is what they say, which I'm assuming is cattle, in 2007, and 100% of the samples showed that the bovine leukemia affected the milk.
Wait, in all of the cattle that they tested?
In 100% of the 500, so I'm assuming these 500 cattle, they know that they have bovine leukemia.
Oh, I see.
So what they're doing is they took a sample of their milk to see if their bovine leukemia had any effect on their milk, and it did. And while you can't like drink it and get cancer, like you can't just like ingest the cancer in that way, it showed that consuming milk that came from a cow that had bovine leukemia in 2015, a study showed that it increased the odds of having breast cancer by 3.1 times.
That's a lot in only like 7-8 years. That's a 10.
Well, yeah. So the first study was 2007, just to show that the milk was affected if this animal had bovine leukemia. And then the next one was saying if you drink the milk, as I said, while you can't just like, you know, drink cancer, even though I would say that's probably milk in a nutshell, but that you had a 3.1 times higher chance of getting breast cancer after consuming this milk, you know, really over a time.
A lot. So I wonder how many cows have that.
I don't know. I don't know how common that. Well, it must be fairly common because
it's their #1.
Yeah, because you think of like for even an animal to live long enough to find that out, you know, after not being slaughtered or whatever kind of situation they find themselves in, to be tested and find that out and everything, like that must be pretty. I mean, even to get these numbers, like I'm sure, just like, you know, a lot of people have cancer and don't know yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're not a statistic because they don't know. They know it can't be counted. And that's how I kind of thought about this. Like, there are a lot of cows out there that probably have bovine leukemia that are giving milk, but they just haven't found out.
Right.
Right. And these are they're talking about the course documented cases that they know that have bovine leukemia. So that's kind of scary too. Because like how many times, I mean, how many chances does the cow have to get diagnosed with bovine leukemia?
Yeah.
Even dairy cows, who knows?
Oh, poor little cows.
But yeah, it's not good to drink. And this was really interesting. There was a quote saying that this odds ratio, so the 3.1 times, is higher than any other of the frequently publicized risk factors for breast cancer, such as obesity, alcohol consumption and the use of postmenopausal hormones. So they're basically saying according to this study, the only thing that gives you a higher risk of breast cancer is genetics, which breast cancer is very genetic. That's why a lot of women, like if their grandmother and their mom, their sister, their aunt, if you could see a pattern coming down the line, they will just have their breasts removed.
Yeah.
Because your chances, if you have like that line, you're very likely to have breast cancer.
Oh, shoot.
It's very genetic, and that's why they're saying, like, besides genetics, this is basically saying that it's like infected milk is more than all the other risk factors that they warn you about, that hey, this could raise your risk of breast cancer. So it's like basically not all cancer is like that. A lot of cancer is very small genetic percentage of you would get it from genetics, but breast cancer is one. I think colon cancer is also.
Do men not get breast cancer?
Yeah, they can get breast cancer.
They can.
Yeah.
It's just more rare.
It probably is more rare, but they definitely can get breast cancer. Yeah, so that's kind of scary. It makes me glad I haven't drank milk in 5 years.
It makes me glad I haven't drank milk in 15
Yeah,
years.
and somebody's like about to lift a glass of milk to their mouth right now. I'm like, oh, as they're listening to this, they're just gonna sit down with their nice glass of milk, and they're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna pour that down the drain. I don't know if it has bovine leukemia in it. So
it's funny. I just went to a Thanksgiving celebration this past weekend, and we were the first people to arrive. And I walked in, and this is at a Muggle house, and there was a cup of milk sitting there. And I remember looking at it and being like, ugh, what? People just drink cow's milk, like in a cup, not on cereal, not like in a milkshake. They just drink it.
Even when I was like growing up, I can count the times on my hand I ever drank a glass of milk. I never did that.
No.
I never was just like, ooh, look at this refreshing glass of milk. No, ew. Gross.
Refreshing glass of leukemia and cancer.
This is a refreshing glass of titty juice. That's what I call it. I just told my dad, I was like, you're enjoying your breast milk and your whatever. So don't drink your milk. Drink your almond milk. Drink your hemp milk. Drink your rice milk. Drink your soy milk. Drink your rice milk. Drink your...
Hemp milk?
I said hemp.
Oh. Cashew milk?
Drink your cashew milk. Drink your coconut milk.
That's good.
I think I got them
That
all.
might be all of them.
Woo! Just don't drink your...
I love going to coffee places that have multiple non-dairy milk options.
Oh no, you're like, woo, this is fancy. I don't have to just choose whatever, soy milk you have laying back there.
Yeah, I like it. Sometimes I like to get a combination of coconut and almond, which is a really good combo. I highly recommend it.
How about that? I don't really drink coffee, but on the rare occasion I do, I'm like, I want to have a choice.
Yeah. What about hot cocoa? Do you ever do that at coffee places? Get hot cocoa?
Yeah, I usually would do that because I'm like, I want something warm, but I don't really drink coffee.
I recommend the coconut almond combo for you.
Okay, nice.
If you have any cocos this winter,
I will. I'm definitely gonna have some cocos. I'll be like cocoa overload in Chicago just to keep myself from freezing. But yeah, that's it for what's happening in the animal rights community. Robin, what's been happening at the Vegan Dollhouse?
Ooh, what has been happening at the Vegan Dollhouse? So my highlight of my Thanksgiving season is that I made these Thanksgiving blossoms. That's what I called them, thanks to Kimmy. She helped me with the name, which I thought was the best idea ever. It's basically like a slice of tofurkey, like in kind of like a muffin cup or like a cupcake cup, and you fill it with mashed potatoes and gravy. And you bake it, and it comes out. And so when you bake it, the tofurkey gets all like easy to hold and like kind of crisp on the edges. And it looks like a little flower, and it's so cute. And then Ashley went and destroyed all my hopes and dreams by sending me the cutest thing that PETA posted, which was basically a cone made out of those crescent rolls, I think.
Yeah, it looked like
and filled with mashed potatoes and gravy and
it was
everything.
like how to eat your leftovers from Thanksgiving. That's what was like what you're supposed to do with it.
So basically, I thought I had the best idea of the whole year, and I didn't. PETA had it.
It was like a Thanksgiving ice cream cone.
I'm gonna make it, obviously.
Good.
I have to.
Good.
But I'm sad that I did not come up with the idea myself.
You could like change one little thing and make it all, you could like just flip it over and be like, hey, look, it's a Thanksgiving clown.
Yes.
Like with a hat.
Yeah.
You know, just literally flip it over.
Um,
Boom.
but all those people who have fears of clowns will not like it. There's a lot of those people. Do you think more people are scared of clowns or dolls?
Scary dolls, you mean? Or like creepy looking dolls?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard one, because I am definitely on the doll.
You're scared?
No, yeah, I don't like
And
them.
what about clowns? Are you
I don't care about clowns.
Really? Mm-hmm.
They don't scare me.
I feel like it's
Doll,
like the two big
I wouldn't even have
fears.
one in my room when I was a kid. 'Cause
Really?
they'd be like staring at me.
What
I'm trying
about
to sleep.
Cabbage Patch? Oh, you probably weren't that
I didn't play with
generation.
dolls. I played with boys' things. I didn't like.
G.I. Joe.
I played with boy toys. I did not. I wore boy clothes.
Did you have a Transformer?
I wasn't really into Transformers. I was really into Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I really liked Transformers. They
No,
were
I was
so
never
fun.
into Transformers. I was into Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. But I did not. I remember one person, one Christmas, late elementary school, maybe, bought me a Barbie. And I'm like, this person, who, what? You wouldn't, if you knew me at all as a kid, you were like, you would never buy me a Barbie. I just gave it to my sister. I'm like, here, take this thing.
Maybe their parent picked it out and they weren't there.
I don't know. It was like a friend of the family
Oh.
that came over, because we used to have all like the strays of people coming to our family for Christmas. We were,
I'm like the stray.
yeah, we just like we would just always have like the stray people that really didn't have families, that were friends of our family, and they were like, that's what one of them gave me for Christmas, and I was like, oh, thanks. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Anyway, I wouldn't even have a Barbie. I'm scared of Barbies, but I wasn't even interested in Barbie. So if you had like some of the dolls you got sitting over there on that shelf, and I would not let them look at me when I was sleeping.
Which one do you think is the scariest?
Ooh, I don't know. They're both. I think the top one maybe. They're the purple hair. Because the eyes. It's the eyes.
Yeah.
But the rest of the body, the other one. It's scarier. The bottom one.
Oh, really?
If you put the eyes in on the small one, I would have to like throw it out the window. It's like Annabelle. I won't even watch that movie.
What? Oh, I haven't seen it, I don't think.
I don't even want to see it. I'm not
But I
watching
saw it when I was younger, and it scared the crap out of me, and that's why I'm a little bit scared of
Okay.
clowns.
I mean, I couldn't even watch Chucky till I was like 22.
Oh.
And I was like, this is not scary. But
it was best that you avoided it.
Yeah, I was like, so we got sidetracked there, but I would rather have a mashed potato like Thanksgiving leftover shaped as a clown than a doll.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Good to know.
But that would be close. We should make a poll or something,
Okay.
because I do think it would be a close call.
Do you
'Cause there
think
are
we can
people-
get any of our listeners to get in touch with us and let us know if they're afraid of either dolls or clowns?
That would be good. You know, when you go into like restaurants and like coffee shops and they have like the
Oh,
tips,
yeah.
like
And you get
this
to
or that.
choose, yeah.
That would be interesting. Which
That
is
would be a good
scarier,
one for
clowns
that.
or dolls? Because I would definitely put my 2 pennies that I give as a tip in the dolls, in the doll glass.
All right. So why did we start talking? Oh, yeah, because of those cute cones.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
They're
am
so
going to make
cute.
them. But for my Thanksgiving blossoms, the recipe's on the website if you want to try making them. But I did credit the person that I got the inspiration from, which wasn't a vegan recipe. But someone else came up with the idea of putting these like deli meats into a little cupcake thing and then filling it with stuff. So that wasn't my brilliance, but
You veganized it, made it better.
yeah. But if I do end up doing the cones, I'll put it on Instagram so people can see it.
Yeah, I want to see that.
And if you want to see pitas, you can go to their Instagram and see it.
Yeah, it was a good little video.
So what else have I been up to? Let's see. I participated a little bit in Vegan Mofo. So if anyone doesn't know what Vegan Mofo is, I think it happens every November, and it's like the month of vegan food, basically, is what it stands for. And you just post, there's prompts each day, and one of the prompts was to try to get as many colors in your meal as possible. So I went to Vitality Bowls, which is actually a chain, and I feel like chains aren't super into customization, but
Yeah, you just
Don't
pick
you
a
think?
number off of
Yeah.
a thing, and that's what you get.
and that's what you get, right?
Yeah.
And so I usually don't try to get a chain to customize something for me. But I had this juice flight when I was in LA or Venice recently that was beautiful and delicious. And so I kind of explained it to the girl that was working there, and she totally made it for me and made me like a juice flight of like 7 different colored juices so I could make a rainbow.
I never even like thought about a juice flight. I don't drink, but I know people do beer flights. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like wine or whatever. And I just, the juice, ooh.
Well, it's
one that I would
prettier.
actually want to have.
Yes, exactly. Because wine and beer flights aren't pretty.
Not really, no.
There's not enough
They're all
variety.
the same shade of poopy brown water.
How do you really feel about it?
I love it. I want to try it. 'Cause nothing looks better than poopy brown water.
So I was really excited to have a juice flight at Vitality Bowls.
That's a good idea.
That might have been one of my highlights this month. And let's see. Something that's been on my website for a while that I remade was my fried mac and cheese. And I remade it for the mac and cheese potluck that we both went to at Lizzie's house. And that was a success. I tried 2 different breadings. One was mashed potato flakes and one was Cheerios, weirdly. Which weren't actual Cheerios, because I probably wouldn't support General Mills as a company, but there's a company called 1 Degree that makes like sprouted grain cereal, and they make like their version of Cheerios, which are gluten-free. And so I tried that, and I actually thought that the texture was crispier and more delicious, like more of a crunchy, which is what I feel like what you expect on a fried anything, basically.
Yeah. Crunchy on the outside,
yeah.
soft on the inside.
But they didn't photograph as well, so I ended up taking the pictures of the mashed potato flake ones. They just browned better with the mashed potato flakes. But yeah, I like
Is that
got
a deal
out the
breaker
deep fryer.
for you? Because I know it's all about how it looks.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think if I was going to a party, I would bring the mashed potato flake ones.
I don't care. I'd eat them either way.
That's what I like about you. You go with the flow. Let's see, what else? And then the only other thing we made was Sarah came over and actually helped me make this, luckily, because I definitely needed 2 people to make it. And I follow, oh gosh, now I'm not going to be able to remember her name. Oh, Katarina Sabbath, I think is her name. So she's like this cake designer that I follow on Instagram, not vegan. But she makes beautiful cakes. And I saw her doing this like webbing for Halloween. She was making like cobwebs with something, and I didn't know what it was. And so I tried making it with Dandy's marshmallows, and it took us probably like 45 minutes to figure out like the right ratio of marshmallows to other stuff to try to get this webbing, but it like turned out perfectly. And it was like we made purple webbing and we put it around these like cookie pops, which were just like Newman's own, like you know how they make their own version of Oreos that are organic? So it was like those dipped in chocolate on a lollipop stick. And then we put the marshmallow web on it.
Yum.
It was really cute. It was a success. I found it to be quite successful, considering I had no idea if it was going to work.
What'd you make
we
it
were
for? Just to
periscoping.
try out the webbing? Or did you make it
To
for
try out the
something?
webbing, and actually, the reason I really did it, which sounds silly, is that Periscope contacted me, or Twitter, or whoever. Somebody from Twitter contacted me and asked me to do. They were doing like a special for Halloween weekend. And they said that my channel was like perfect for what they were trying to do, which was kind of like DIY Halloween recipes. And so I hadn't planned on making anything because I had already made those bat BLTs for Kimmy's party. And so I wasn't planning on making another Halloween thing, but I was like, okay.
Well, if Twitter comes a knocking. Okay.
I know.
That's
such
crazy.
a pushover. So yeah. So
That's
it worked
crazy
out really
that
well.
they reached out to you.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
actually Sarah was over so she could teach me how to do fairy makeup because I was the flower fairy for Halloween and I had to figure out how to do fairy makeup for our photo shoot, which I still don't have the pictures from.
We'll put one on Instagram.
They're in the post-processing stage. So that's what's been going on at the dollhouse. They're everywhere.
Okay, so the time has come to introduce our new segment, and it's called Wag or Whimper. So this is a new segment that a car full of vegans came up with on our drive to Muir's Tea Room. Each month, hopefully, Robin and I will tell you about a vegan product that we tried and whether it made us wag or whimper. So I have a wag and Robin has a whimper this month.
My whimper might have spurred the actual idea for this segment.
It did, I think, if I remember correctly. So my wag is something that Robin actually gave me. When we were interviewing Sunny from veganbeautyreview.com, because I was talking to her about my snuffleupagus eyelashes and what she would recommend to keep them under control. Because I like my long eyelashes, but sometimes I don't need length. Because I already have length, I need volume. So she was like, oh, I have this vegan mascara, you can try it because you weren't going to use it. So it was Vegan Lash Mascara by Earth Lab Cosmetics. And it retails for like $25, which is way more than I think I would pay for mascara. And the link to it will be in the show notes, but this is the product description. It says it's a natural aloe-based formula made with certified organic ingredients. It says it must be layered several times to produce the desired lash coverage. So it's not like big goopy mascara. It's thinly applied and just put a couple
I think the natural ones are like that a lot. Like the 100% Pure company that's nearby.
Yeah.
They have a similar one where they tell you to put on a few layers.
Yeah, and that doesn't bother me. I don't care. I usually do that a few times anyway because, like I said, because my eyelashes are so long, I have to, like, work it in there. They're getting in the way a little bit. And it's interesting, I didn't know this until I put this into the notes. It says that no makeup remover required as it washes off easily with water. I mean, I usually remove my makeup at night anyway, but I never, sometimes you still wake up and there's like mascara on the pillowcase. You're like, oh, okay. But I oddly didn't realize that really hasn't been happening since I've been wearing this mascara. So that's cool. That's a good little feature.
So were you wearing the mascara when you found out who won the election? And was it all over your face? I think
it was washed away by then. So I actually didn't find out till Wednesday morning because I was like, forget it. I'm going to bed. I don't even want to live right now. So I just went to sleep and then woke up. So it was all gone by then. Okay. I just cried a little bit.
So we haven't tested it upon some serious tears yet.
Oh, well, actually, I think I probably would have been wearing it when there were some serious tears that night.
Yeah?
So, yeah. And it didn't run.
Okay.
I wasn't like, woo.
That's great.
Okay, here's another test. When we were at Muir's, which we'll talk about more in a little bit, Sarah and I got like a laughing fit, and I started crying, and none of it didn't go anywhere. So that's a good test too. Happy and sad, it stays with you. So I liked it because it didn't really. It kind of gave me some volume without the length, which is oddly what I need. And it was free, which is nice because Robin gave it to me. So I was like, I don't care if I hate this. I'm using it until it's gone because it's free mascara. But I did like it. And it's something that I think I would use again. I usually stick with e.l.f. Whatever e.l.f. has available to me, I usually just grab their mascara and use it. But it was nice to try something different. So the Vegan Lash Mascara by Earth Lab Cosmetics made me wag.
A New Barn almond milk. And I picked this up because, well, obviously it's almond milk. And normally I make my own, but it's nice to not have to make your own sometimes.
I've never made my own. Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's a fast process, but you have to remember to soak your almonds 8 hours in advance. So if you finish your almond milk, you have to wait 8 hours until your next one unless you thought ahead.
Oh,
so that's the downside.
Buy at the store.
So I saw this almond milk on sale, and so I was like, okay, I'll try it because it's on sale. And I read the ingredients, and it was almost as clean as making it yourself, is what it looked like on the label. Mm-hmm. It looked like it was just almonds water. I think it was sweetened with agave. So it seemed pretty good. I can't remember if it was organic or not, but I just felt like when I read the label that I was happy with it. And then I tried it, and I can probably honestly say that I only waste food maybe once a year. And this was one of
right
those
down the drain?
times. Yeah.
Right down the drain?
Yeah. It was so bad. It tasted like chalk. It was not good.
And you had it in something.
Yeah, I had it in a coffee.
Yeah, so that's even worse.
Yeah.
Because you weren't just like taste testing it to see what it was like. It's just straight. For it to ruin a coffee?
It ruined my coffee.
That's not good.
It's not good.
Imagine what you would feel like if you just tried a little bit to see what it tastes like. Oh my gosh. You've been losing your mind.
Yeah, so I don't think that almond milk's going to be converting any muggles anytime soon.
Oh, I hate that.
I know.
I want everything to be amazing.
So the New Barn almond milk made me whimper.
So this segment was born from Robin's rant about this almond milk, but it was born on our trip up to Muir's, which we should probably talk about now.
Yeah.
So me, Robin, Sarah, and Jesse went up to Muir's Tea Room, which is in Sebastopol, California, about 2 hours from the South Bay. So I would say an hour north of San Francisco then? Yeah. So we all went up there because we go there randomly throughout the year, but we especially went this time because because of Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them movie was coming out. They had their annual Harry Potter week, so it coincided with that movie coming out. So their tea is all Harry Potterized, and it's a real fun tea, even though I don't really care that much about Harry Potter. But so we all went up there, and we came up with this new segment on the way there. And it was a good time. I really liked the Harry Potter tea. What did you like about it?
It was super cute.
It was cute. Yeah, it had the chocolate frogs, the chocolate sorting hat. That sorting hat, like, oh my god, put me in a diabetic coma in a good way. That's not in a bad way. It was like a little chocolate wafer with a mound of cookie dough, like shaped as a hat, and then that was like covered in like melted chocolate, which obviously hardened, but that's how they like covered it. And that was freaking amazing. And the chocolate frogs were like mint inside.
The chocolate frogs were my favorite by far.
Oh really? I liked it, but I liked the sorting hat. The sorting hat had me at hello.
Oh yeah, no, the chocolate frog was
had me at Ravenclaw. They had cookies with platform 9 3/4 and other kind of magic-y symbols on them. A lot of pumpkin things. Do you remember like what the other stuff was?
My favorite thing was the one that was like pumpkin pie filling, but it was in like a cute little pocket instead of a pie.
Oh, that was good because I love pumpkin pie. That has been always been my favorite pie ever since I was a kid. I don't care if it's Thanksgiving or August 14th. I want pumpkin pie. Like I love pumpkin pie, and that was like a little like hot pocket of pumpkin pie.
Yeah,
it was freaking amazing.
It was cute.
So they had a lot of stuff like that, and they had pumpkin scones. Was it pumpkin scones? And with the spicy pumpkin like kind of spread on it.
Oh yeah,
that was good.
They did have pumpkin butter to go with the scones.
That was really good. And then they had like a magician, and they had someone pretending to be Hermione, which was a little awkward. So we recorded a little bit in the car, and this is what everyone liked about the tea.
And we had a waiter who was a Hogwarts student, and there was a magician doing magic. And Sarah was the assistant because out of the four of us, she looks most like a magician's assistant, which is obviously why he chose her. And
I was wearing my leotard today, apparently.
And you had that rabbit, which I feel like was a dead giveaway. And then there was a Hermione who came around and was very Hermione-like. And introduced herself.
Was she faking a British accent? I can't remember.
Yeah, she was definitely.
That accent.
Well, I couldn't remember if she was even doing a British accent.
Yes, she was, and she was totally faking
it. Oh yeah.
It sounded a bit Scottish. It wasn't quite
Oh,
all
she did
there.
way better than I could have done. I can't do accents. Could you have done a better job?
I'm gonna say no. That way you don't make me do it.
Oh, come on.
Thinking 2 steps ahead here.
Our listeners want to hear the accent.
I think I could do. I don't know. Never mind.
Okay, no accent.
It was fun though. It was very festive. They had some cute
They had all the
decorations.
owls.
Yeah, lots of owls. Lots of little Harry Potter knickknacks.
Special menu.
Special menu.
Okay, so what was on the menu that was Harry Potter themed? Were there treacle tarts?
They didn't do that this year.
Okay, that was
They
last
had
year.
Chocolate frogs.
There's the chocolate
Yeah.
frogs,
Sorting hat.
the sorting hat, which was a chocolate chip cookie dough hat dipped in chocolate on a chocolate cookie.
Yeah. And the cauldron cakes.
They had cauldron
Mini
cupcakes.
cauldron cakes. Last year they were regular sized cupcakes, and this year they were mini. So that's nice.
They had both, I think,
Oh,
right?
did they?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
And then, they had the little shortbreads, Harry Potter shortbreads.
Yep. They have pumpkin juice.
Is that a Harry Potter
option.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
another drink that they have.
Oh, okay. And what else? Were those all the Harry Potter themed
I don't know.
foods?
Is the pumpkin pasty Harry Potter themed?
feel like that's more.
It's like this other version of Harry Potter that you
It was
can
very-
only rent when you go past the beaded curtain in the video
it was
store.
like Harry Potter After Dark pumpkin pasty.
What was the tart? There was a tart.
Was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
It was an herb tart.
Oh.
It had
I
the
didn't get
pear or peach or whatever it was on it too, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was Harry Potter themed. I'm not.
What was your
Up with Harry
your
Potter
guys' dish was called Mrs. Pudding something? Pudding foot? Pudding
Madam Puddingfoot?
Wait, hold
Madam
on. I have a
Puddingfoot.
picture of it.
Pudding foot. It wasn't pudding foot.
Puddingfoot.
Puddington foot?
Puddington.
I
Like
knew
it's
there
like
was a-
Paddington, but
it was-
Puddington.
Madam Puttyfoot.
Puttyfoot.
Oh, that was pretty
Special.
close.
Hey, that was
I knew it wasn't pudding.
And then there was the Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade Tavern. I had
Tavern
that
special,
one.
Yes.
I
that
don't
was
remember
wonderful.
a putty foot. Do you guys?
No.
They did
But that must have been in
That's
the
what they
books.
called it.
Yeah, but why? Why? I don't
Okay,
remember a
let's
character in
see.
Harry Potter named Puttyfoot.
There must be. It must be one of the professors that we're not familiar with.
Why would
Professor
Putty?
Puttyfoot.
She had a tea shop apparently.
Oh.
In Diagon Alley.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that does
Oh.
make sense.
Okay.
Madam Puttyfoot tea shop. I'm now going on to the official Harry Potter Wikipedia.
And while we were drinking our tea, we went over the incantations. Is that what we went over, or just spells?
Yeah, it spells.
We did a Harry Potter spell quiz.
Mm-hmm. We did some charms on people.
We like made people's clothes fall off. We willed it to happen.
So Madam Puttyfoot's tea shop is in Hogsmeade.
Where's Hogsmeade?
That's the
It's like on the mountain area.
yeah, it's the little town that's like only accessible from Hogwarts.
That's the one when they were like teenagers and they were getting butterbeer for the first time.
You only can
It was
be
like
like
spring
you
break.
can't go like first. You have to be like the second or third year to go. Right?
Is butterbeer supposed to be an alcoholic
No,
drink?
I don't think so.
In the
I don't think
actual Harry Potter, I think it is, isn't
Is it? I
Because
didn't think it was.
they're like 18, I think, or something, or 16. I don't remember what age they were supposed to be when they went there.
Yeah.
I don't-
Over there in Europe, they're so
Oh, those Europeans.
liberal. They're like 16, that's old enough. Okay, so I didn't taste the magic frog thing. What's it called?
The chocolate frog.
I didn't taste the chocolate frog.
I didn't either because I had too much already. But it was venti, I think. It was green inside.
Did anyone try their chocolate frog?
No.
Oh,
So
we're all
to
fired.
be determined.
Okay,
Determined on that. But the sorting hat was amazing.
Yeah.
you both
That
liked
was
the
so
sorting
Yeah.
hat?
Chocolate covered cookie dough. How can you go wrong with that?
The basket thing was very good.
Oh, yes.
Cupcake,
The
yeah.
cauldron.
The cauldron.
The cauldron cupcake had a little chocolate cauldron handle on the top, and it was a chocolate cupcake with mocha icing, and
Green
it was
potion
delicious.
on
Oh yeah,
top, whatever that was.
I
Just
don't
green
know what
icing.
that
It was
was.
a mini cupcake. It wasn't a
Yeah.
full cupcake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or are we trying to insinuate that we weren't big piggies while we were there? Is that,
Oh.
is that what we're trying to get the
It
listeners
was
to
actually
believe?
a life-size cauldron-sized cupcake.
Okay, what else did people try?
That was all.
What about the shortbread Harry Potter?
I liked it,
cookie?
but it kind of paled in comparison to the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't get that one, so I don't know what it tastes like.
It
What
was-
about
it-
the scones? Did you like the scones?
I liked the scones, and I liked the little whatever it
Pumpkin
came-
butter?
The pumpkin, yeah, like
The pumpkin butter
pumpkin
was good.
spice, whatever it was.
Yeah, I agree. As someone who has made pumpkin butter in the past, theirs was delicious.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you like the sausage roll?
I did. I've had that before there,
okay.
so I knew what I was getting into, and I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
I really liked the pumpkin pasty.
I liked the pumpkin pie pocket as well.
We had to Google what a pasty was because we were.
It couldn't be
not
X-rated
imagining.
Harry Potter dessert.
And did you find that it actually was a pastry?
It's a kind of pastry. There's
Okay.
a lot of them showing up on Google for like Cornish pasty.
Cornish pasty.
So are they usually a savory thing then?
It looked like it. It looked
Okay.
like it was supposed to normally be like a meat pie.
Yeah.
And like kind of like an empanada, but
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it did look like an empanada.
Yeah.
on the outside.
It did.
But it was basically just filled with pumpkin pie.
There was that pinwheel thing. What was
Yeah, I
that?
was trying to think what that was called or whatever. It had pear on it too, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, that was good. But it was very similar to like other things that it was like a mixture of like two other. It was like, you know, like they had leftover stuff from each one and they just like made that. That's what it felt like, but I still liked it. It wasn't its own unique thing. I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
And we all got the soup.
Oh
It
yeah.
was very good.
The sage vegetable soup.
It was
nice.
too spicy.
You thought
Spicy?
You thought it was too
Yeah.
spicy?
What?
Yeah, it was way too spicy for me.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
right spicy for me.
And
I didn't even
Spicy that I
realize it.
enjoy.
I didn't even think it was spicy at all.
Yeah, when I was sipping my tea
It never even
afterward.
occurred to me until you just said that you could have been spicy.
Okay, so even though we ate a really lot at tea, we decided to stop at Amy's because it's right there. Is it like a couple miles away?
Yeah, it's like 6 miles away.
Oh, okay.
So you're coming all the way up here. You got to do both.
And when we say all the way up here, we mean that it took us like 2.5 hours to get to Muir's from our place. So we went to Amy's drive-through and didn't drive through. We walked through so that Robin could use the bathroom. And I got a chocolate shake. What did you get?
I got the Amy, which is like a double-decker burger, and I got a vegan because it's a vegetarian place, so you have to make sure you tell them that you want everything vegan. But it's a really good burger, so I got one of those that I will be eating later and enjoying.
And they have coffee there, so I tried to get them to put coffee in my chocolate shake, but they wouldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they even had coffee there.
I know, I didn't know either. I think that it might be new, because I've
Yeah.
never noticed it
I
before.
don't remember that.
Yeah.
Because when you like first start going there, you look at the entire menu. I don't even remember seeing coffee on it.
Yeah, it must be new. They have cold brew and then a bunch of like latte things.
Oh wow, that must be new.
The most disappointing thing that we saw there is that they replaced all of the customer photos with pictures of cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Their own picture of cinnamon rolls.
It's like the worst picture.
It wasn't even. It was like half a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a whole cinnamon roll.
It was not a good
It was
photo.
like a half-eaten cinnamon roll.
So
with
last
coffee in it.
time we went there was the picture of us, which of course was nice. Because we're not bad to look at. I mean.
Obviously, the highlight of the wall was our picture.
Maybe they had to replace, our picture with cinnamon rolls because someone wanted that picture so badly. So,
Oh, like so people were
they
stealing
were
the
like
pictures?
requesting the photo and they kept reprinting it so often that they decided to just
Well, they
do
had so
away
many
with
people
it.
doing inappropriate things in front of our photo that they had to remove it. Public safety.
Yeah, I
These are
mean,
interesting theories.
What's your theory, Jesse?
They wanted to sell their cinnamon roll.
No.
it couldn't be that. It couldn't be.
That is preposterous.
Yours is the most outlandish idea of all of ours. We had a bunch of perverts looking at our picture. That's more likely.
So they used to have this thing where if you hashtag Amy's drive-thru on Instagram when you post a picture, then they would print it out and hang it in their restaurant. And apparently now only a cinnamon roll and a cup of coffee
It's
are
worthy.
are
Well, the
hashtagging
other thing
them.
is they might have gotten so many people being upset that their picture wasn't on there. They're just like, fuck
Like,
it,
you
we're
know
not doing any
what?
fun
Fuck you guys.
anymore.
You don't get anything then. It was like little kids. We're like, forget it. We're turning around and going home. You can't give you anything. That could be also what happened. Because I was mad. Like, we went in there like twice and the picture was there, and then the next time it was gone. I was like, oh, how dare they?
Yeah. We wanted to be lifers, huh?
Yeah.
You can rotate all the other ones.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one has to stay.
Yeah. But Sarah and I took a new picture, and so it better be up there.
Yeah.
You can keep all the cinnamon buns, but the one in the middle is me and Sarah.
I envision you guys surrounded by cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, that's how I want to live my life. Really.
That's probably how I'll be buried.
We'll go for cremation. She's gonna be buried with cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, now I don't feel so bad about the cinnamon rolls. they would mean a lot to you, obviously. So seeing that wall probably made you emotional.
So if you're ever coming to San Francisco to visit, we highly recommend taking a trip up to Muir's. I feel like a lot of people who come to visit us from other states want to see the redwoods anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's basically in that same general area as the redwoods.
It's a real, like, special place, Muir's Tea Room. I really love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we go there for special occasions, and then with Matt and I go there for special occasions, and then the vegan
In all
girl
your
group go there.
travels, have you ever experienced a vegan tea room that's that cute?
I've never been to a all vegan tea room before.
Yeah, I don't think
I've been to places
experienced
that
one that cute.
I love, like, high tea. I have it everywhere that I can get it, whether if they agree to make it vegan. Had it in Ireland, I've had it in London, I've had it, I mean, God, where else? I don't even know. So I always seek it out wherever I go, and, like, this is, like, obviously it's kind of an unfair advantage to say that they do it the best, because of course they do. They know vegan food, right?
Yeah.
Muir's Tea Rooms knows how to do vegan tea because that's all they do. They just do vegan food. And I've had some good vegan teas other places, but that's not their specialty. So it's a completely different experience. So I'm so glad that it's relatively close. You don't have to travel like the other side of the country or something to experience it. So it's really good.
And also, after experiencing some of the high teas in London and some of the other cities, Muir's is quite affordable. I would say more
my
affordable than
God.
any other high tea I've ever had.
Oh my God, I know. High tea is so expensive. It's crazy. That's why it's like a special thing, because you definitely wouldn't do it all the time. Break the bank.
I mean, I would strive for every.
And also, like, I've been to very fancy ones, like, so the atmosphere is very nice, but Muir's is in, like, a converted house, so it has a whole different feel. It's very light. Everything's white, and there's lots of light, which is different sometimes. Most of the time I've had tea other places. Maybe because I have them in castles sometimes. So it's, like, dark, you know, which is freaking cool. I'm not saying it's not, but it's just a different experience from the traditional atmosphere of afternoon tea. But it is a very traditional afternoon tea as far as the food. It's just veganized. So it's very true in that way.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool place. I love it.
I love it too. Another tea place that does the vegan tea, I mean, it's not a tea place, but the Stanford Inn. Have you gone there yet?
Not yet.
So when you go there, make sure you stay 2 days, because if you stay 2 days, you get the tea for free in between the 2 nights.
I need, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't bother. Like, if I would go for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd
Because
make
it's quite a drive.
Yeah, you gotta make it worth the while.
Yeah.
Going out there. Oh no, I'm all about the high tea. So
But the Stanford Inn is quite far from San Francisco, so I wouldn't recommend, if people are in San Francisco for only a week, I wouldn't recommend going up to Stanford.
there's so much. You live here, you can make the leap, but if
Yeah.
you're just visiting, there's just too much.
Yeah.
So it was a great trip.
So Ashley has this adorable bow in her hair, and it's making me really happy. And I just want everyone to know that, since they can't see you.
I broke this bow out because I didn't wash my hair.
You didn't have to tell anyone that. So I won't see you for a while over the holidays, and I'm gonna miss you. And
back.
I'm not really doing much for the holidays because I celebrate solstice, which is super low key.
I don't really celebrate holidays like that. I do enjoy the non-religious traditions of Christmas, like Christmas lights, number one, like gingerbread houses and decorating the tree. I don't really care about presents, but that kind of stuff, like Christmas music of the non-religious variety, that stuff I love. So that stuff I enjoy doing.
Would you go Christmas caroling?
I did, like, when I was in Girl Scouts back in the day. No, I wouldn't.
Is there video footage of this?
No.
Are you making a gingerbread house this year?
I want to.
Yeah.
We should do, like, a meetup or something. Or just, like, a group
I'm
thing.
doing a gingerbread carousel.
That's
this
right, you told me
year.
that.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, so whatever you are doing or celebrating, I hope you have a good holiday. Happy holidays. PC.
And I hope that you enjoy your days off of work.
Oh,
because
that's the
That's
best.
my favorite part about it.
Sure, I'll believe in baby Jesus. Give me day off work. No problem. Religious belief. God, can't go to work. No problem there.
So that wraps up episode 14. If you're listening on YouTube or iTunes and you haven't already subscribed, please do, and leave us comments, because we love comments. And if you want to give us any feedback and you don't want it to be publicly read by the entire internet, then feel free to go to our website at dollsanddonuts.com and just send us an email or just say hi. We'd love to hear from you. And if people want to find you on the internet, where do they look?
So you can find me and all the links to everything at theveganadventure.com. And coming soon on there would be my Chicago post, which I am gonna do right when I get back, because I'm not none of this waiting 2 months, because then I start forgetting like what was on something, or if I liked it, or did Matt like something, and what I mean, it just gets crazy. So I'm gonna get that up. That's gonna be up before the new year, and then when I definitely gonna do as well, I'm gonna early in the new year in January get up my Berlin post and any updates to Belfast or Dublin, because I'll be going to all those places as well. Any updates to those are gonna be handled post haste.
We're expecting to read about your Chicago trip on your website before you even have time to brush the tangles out of your hair.
Oh boy. It's going to take me about 2 months to get the tangles out of my hair, so I think I think I'm okay. What about you, Robin?
You can find me on vegandollhouse.com, and I'm also Vegan Dollhouse on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat.
Is that all?
I know, it's so disappointing.
Okay, well, thanks for listening.
Bye. Dolls and donuts, dolls and donuts, we are two